everyone. Welcome back.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Normal Ship podcast. Is it the Normal Ship podcast? Welcome back
I
to
mean, no one can be
Damn
too sure. I
it.
think if anyone gets to know or decide, it's us.
Okay. Well, I feel like it's cute to be like, welcome back to Normal Ship. But then if you're being proper about it, is it the Normal Ship podcast? Is that its
I
full
mean,
name?
that is its full name, its legal name.
What's its legal entity? That's on its birth certificate. Um, it's been quite an eventful week. And it actually was so exciting because I have my first viral video, and I feel like it is a good topic to kind of spark this conversation about influencer and social media things. And you have so much more experience with this. So I like need to hear your opinion.
Well, I
Um,
think we have like different experiences that are both interesting because like you see everything from the UGC side. Like
yeah.
if you guys don't know, Olivia's job is like creating user generated content, like basically very like social media friendly ads that brands can run on their pages. And so
Mhm.
it's very like influencer adjacent, if you ask me, but it's like a
Yes.
super interesting career. Like we've been wanting to tell people about it.
Yes. And so I think it'll be fun. We can talk about the differences between like user generated content that I do and then the influencer things that you do. And then I would also love to just chit chat about going viral, the pros and cons, the crazy comments. And you know what's so funny? I have literally complained in the past. I was talking to a friend I remember years ago being like, "Oh, I used to it was a Call Her Daddy interview and I don't remember who it was, but someone was talking about how they get hate comments and almost the whole interview was about hate comments and I was like, I'm so sick of listening to interviews talk about the hate comments. And now here I am with my first viral video being like, I need a whole podcast episode today.
Well, no, it can be really all consuming. And trust me, like I feel for you. So do you want to give them like a little bit of um like
Context.
background on what happened? Yeah.
Okay, so I posted on my Instagram too, but it went viral on TikTok. I have like a semi-secret TikTok account. You found it already. I think you follow me on there.
I think it came up like this person's in your contacts.
I
And I
know.
was
So
like,
I didn't know that, but a few friends told me they're like, no, like it was suggested to me. I was like, oh, perfect. It's not secret at all. Got it. But I have a TikTok account that I made that I like didn't tell anyone about because I was kind of like, I don't know. I was in a place where I was like, oh, I kind of want to start posting more social media content, but I felt held back by like the embarrassment of people I know seeing it, which is so silly.
no, but
Um,
it's so fair because guess what? It's always embarrassing until it works.
it's
And even
almost
then it's still embarrassing sometimes.
I know, like it's almost never not embarrassing. But you're
Yeah.
right. You do have to do it cringy for a while. I always think about Kim Kardashian and I'm like, think about the beginning of her career and the cringy shit that she used to do. Think about like, and I think she is so freaking cool, successful, rich, beautiful, like all the things that I would love to be. Well, a lot of the things that I would love to be. And I don't think about all the cringy stuff she did at the beginning. So you got to get through the
Right.
cringe, I guess. But I posted a TikTok video. It was kind of just a random thing I did over the weekend where I went to a Gap and I was like, oh, I remember that the Haley jeans just came out. And I was like, maybe I can make a TikTok video trying the Haley Bieber jeans on because I've been looking for more content to make. Like, I hadn't really thought of what else I wanted to post. It's like this account where I post about UGC, but I also wanted to post about like mid-sized fashion. I don't know. I'm still kind of finding my way with what I want to post. And so I was just shopping and I was like, okay, maybe I'll just film a few clips and make a quick video of it. And it is about to hit 1 million views today, which is so crazy to me. I've never had a personal video of my own, like not an ad, but like outside of ads and things, like a personal posted video hit 1 million.
Well, so I think that the it sparked a few things. So it did a really great job of garnering engagement because it's basically you trying on three different sizes of these Hailey Bieber jeans,
Mhm.
which are like effectively for the listener, a baggy ass pair of little boy jeans. If I'm being
Baggy
totally fucking
jeans.
for real about it, they're like honestly some of the ugliest jeans I've ever seen. Not
Wait,
like
that's so
taking out
funny.
body shape or anything. I'm like, they're the fuggliest things ever.
That's so funny because I knew you were gonna say that because they're so not your vibe.
They're
But like
so
our
not me.
our best friend Emily texted me. She was like, "I'm obsessed with those jeans. I love them on you." And they're very more. I'd say they're more of like that boho. I don't know if boho is the right word. They're just like a '90s. I would say I
They're a
could
little
see
boy
more.
jean.
But you don't think like Britney Spears would have worn that in the '90s,
No,
like a
like
low
they
rise with a crop top? I think she so would have.
no, they totally would, but it still is they stole their son's pants or whatever. And they're just like,
I don't mind a baggy jean. I love a baggy jean, but I will say, I agree. I think that the a big part of like why the video did well was because it was like a few reasons, and this was actually great research for me and like learning how to make
Yeah.
a good converting video. And I'm kind of taking some of these lessons with me into my job on how to like make better ads. I think the hook was really good. I didn't see anyone else do a hook of like trying on the biggest size Hailey Bieber jean because it felt
Yes.
very contradictory to be like biggest size and Hailey Bieber. I think
When she's like effectively, undoubtedly like the smallest
the
size. Yeah.
smallest. So I think that
Yeah.
was kind of cool. And I didn't even, I kind of did it like half assed. Like I didn't put a lot of strategy into this, but looking back, I'm like, oh, I want to like think more about how I can take a trend, like everyone trying the Hailey Bieber jean on and make it like a spin that's just slightly different than what everyone else is doing and make it like very catchy. So I like how I did that. And I'm going to take that learning lesson with me for like trying to make better videos. And I think just trying on the three different sizes, like the fast paced of it. I did a new font for the captions. It's called Bootsy, and I thought that was really cute. I
Bootsy.
did the butter yellow, the like little stars on the hook, like text.
Hmm.
So many like little things, but I was just having fun with it. And I genuinely think a big part of it was just me being like, I'm trying on the three, like the biggest size, but I tried on my size 31, the next size 32, and then the biggest size at the store 33. And then I asked people, which one did you like? And do you think I should get them? And that's really, I think, where the floodgates open.
That, it is, but you would be surprised. People will still like, I think that there's really this belief that if you're putting your stuff on the internet, that like you deserve comments from everybody. And I don't think that that's necessarily the case. Like, I feel like there are a lot of times people could swallow what they had to say and be
Mm,
kinder. But like, yeah, I mean, you did quite literally ask for for,
totally.
for feedback in that one, but like still, I think they probably would have given it to you regardless.
Probably. And it's so interesting too, because I think people take that, like she asked for our opinion and make it mean like, oh, we're allowed to say that like your body's the problem and you're fat and obese and like that's why they look bad on you. And I'm like, well, that's not really what I was asking.
That actually wasn't it. Thanks. Which size did you like best? That
Which
was more of
wash?
a
Did you like it high rise or low rise? And oh my God, the amount of people who were like, your stomach doesn't leave any room for the jeans to be low rise. And that's the problem. Like, is that not a crazy thing to say?
it's it's cruel. And it's also like if you're buying the regular size that you would wear and they are meant to be like a low slung, like low waisted jean, then that size should fit that way.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And so anyway, Hailey Bieber literally posted on her own TikTok saying she sizes up to a 27 to wear them low rise. So I'm like,
Yeah, that makes, but that's kind of, I get it because I feel like a lot of people might not want them as baggy, perhaps.
right.
But like, no, that's good that she actually like was upfront about that because that makes way more sense.
I know.
But then
And then
it's like, if you're bigger, like, how are you supposed to actually wear them?
I know, and that made me sad too. Because what about people who are usually like a size 33? They might just not fit into them at all. But some
Right.
people commented and said it went up to a 35 online. So there were maybe a couple more sizes that I didn't see in store. But yeah, it was really interesting. And I thought it was, yeah, I don't know. And there was a big conversation in the comments about like your body's the problem. It's not the genes. And I was like, damn, I thought we were past saying stuff like that. Like that's kind of, it's like taking it to another level past what's your opinion? Did you guys like the wash? Are you into like the shape of these? Is this the vibe? Low rise or high rise?
Right.
Versus your body's the problem. You're fat, you're obese, try going to the gym. A man commented buy a gym membership instead of those jeans. Like really cruel
It's
things.
it's really, really bad. And I've found actually that it's like, of course, you want your stuff to go viral. You want to be getting a lot of views, but like there's a certain threshold where if it gets beyond like a certain group of people that like are kind of your more inner circle type of group, it's going to be the cruelest shit you've ever seen. It's people that have no idea who you are and they like probably won't come across you like again. And so they just feel like they can say like the meanest, meanest stuff. I remember I did an ad years ago now, like probably 5 years ago, for a it was like a like I some shampoo company or whatever, and it like hair products and shampoo. And so I showed how you could do like a fake blowout like without having to use a blow dryer. It was like using a curling iron and like Velcro rollers, whatever. The amount of people that didn't know what the word blowout meant and they acted like I was stupid for calling it a blowout. They like
What
could only think of like baby diapers. And I
what
was
were they
like,
commenting?
they were like, that's not the blowout I know.
Oh my God.
Poop. Like, and I'm just like, oh my God, you guys. Like, first of all,
That's
this
so
is
annoying.
if that one was like more like lighthearted, where I was like, you guys are just dumb if you don't know what a blowout is. Like dry bars all over the country. Like, let's be so fucking for real.
Get with the time. Your hair obviously sucks if you don't know what a blowout is.
But and I mean like I've had very, very similar to what you have because we've talked about weight stuff on here a lot and like, you know, GLP-1s and everything. And like I went through a really big phase where I was not feeling confident. I felt like I was puffy, bloated all the time, just like so unwell. And I remember I did a video trying on stuff from Revolve, I think it was,
Mhm.
like just a few different dresses I was maybe going to wear for my birthday. It's very, very, very similar commentary to what you got. And it was maybe my one of my top videos of all time.
Wow. And do you think it's for the same reason because it causes so much controversy and opinion in the comments that like because there's so much engagement, TikTok keeps pushing it, but the engagement isn't necessarily good
Yeah, it was
engagement?
like very much a like, why would you think that would ever look good on you? Are you stupid? Like, of course, that's not going to look good on you. You're too big for that.
Yeah, literally
Um,
same thing people were
yeah.
commenting
And
for
it's
me.
like, so for me at first, like it was all consuming, and I can tell it's like a little bit consuming your brain right now. Um,
Totally.
and it's so fucking hard for it not to, like truly.
I know.
But in the end, because I was trying to like leave comments open because I was like, it is good for engagement. It's bringing people on here, like whatever. And my therapist was like, it's not worth it. Like the video's already getting reach. You can just take off the comments. You don't have to take the video down,
Right.
but like
No,
protect your mental
totally.
health.
Totally. And this is something I was thinking about because this is my first viral video. So I've never really had this experience with so many opinions. But I do feel like a lot of people who are in the influencer space, like you're kind of doing it at the cost of your mental health. I don't know if I
Totally.
phrased that right, but like you're kind of sacrificing a lot of brain power and willingness to put yourself out there for a lot of people to say a lot of mean shit. But then like maybe like one of our other friends who does influencer things, she messaged me and she was like, the money is what motivates me. She's like, I don't give a fuck that they're all, commenting these things because like I'm making money off of them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well,
I
damn.
mean, if anything, I know exactly who you're talking about. And if
Yeah.
anything, I think sometimes she tries to bait them.
Yes. And that's a
Yeah.
strategy. I genuinely did it as like a cutesy video. I was not trying to be like, hee hee, let's get everyone with how fat and ugly I am in these jeans. I was not trying to
Like, I feel like that's such a, like, also the stuff that she does is a lot less personal.
do right.
And so they're not like commenting about her. I mean, like, aside from the fact that like they maybe like won't like her ideas, but it's
Yeah,
not like, just like really harmful stuff about her so much. I'm sure it still like has gotten to her before, but like her stuff
totally.
is definitely like a bit removed.
No, I agree. And that made me think about like fashion influencers. And I follow a lot of like mid-size and plus size fashion influencers. And I'm like, damn, this is my one viral video. I only have 2,000 followers on this account. I can't imagine what they go through every day. Like,
When think of like Remy Bader, she
yeah,
was ridiculed for being too big, gets surgery, is ridiculed for being too small. She's left everybody behind. Like she truly cannot win.
it's so crazy to me. And
And
then,
that's like,
and do you
yeah.
wonder sometimes, like, I personally don't think any of my friends in real life are commenting things like that. I hope to God they're not secretly like commenting things like that to people. I would never, ever. I know you would never, ever. So
No,
who
God,
are
no.
all these people?
I mean,
I don't think I know anyone like that. Unless
I
there's
hope not.
we have secret trolls online that we know in real life and we just don't know that they're doing that. But as far as
In
I
my more paranoid moments, I've wondered.
know,
I've had a
I
moment where I'm like,
I swear on my life, I have never, as far as I
no, no,
remember,
no. I know you.
never.
You've never worried about you.
Who are these people? It's so wild to me. And I will say too, a lot of the people who commented the meanest things had no posts and no
Of
profile
course.
picture, which is really fascinating. There should be a study on like,
It's like a burner account.
I guess so. And so maybe they are a normal person with a normal account and they just go on their burner
Or they
account.
just like are lurking, Like,
Maybe.
I mean, regardless, I think it is such a sad, sad existence. And I like try to remind myself of that. Like,
It is. I know.
I've like actually kind of been trying to limit my own exposure to comments because it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like, even I found, okay, like at one point in time when I first discovered, like, like when bloggers were super popular,
Oh, yeah.
there were all those like forums. I don't know, like I found them by accident one time. Like I think I Googled a question I had about an influencer or like something. And then it came up with this forum and I was like, oh, like scrolling through. And I realized reading that stuff, it was like a variation of Reddit, basically.
Hmm.
And I was like, this is so toxic. Like it, even though it wasn't about me, it was messing with my own mental state so badly. Just like here,
Totally.
because I'm like, oh my God, they think that about her. And I think she's so cool and so glamorous and so like whatever. And they're saying these mean of things. And I don't know. I was like, I can't do this. I cannot be on here. But I will go on Reddit for occasional, like for a couch wreck. Oh my God, I'm gonna read all the comments on Reddit. Tell me all about this couch. What's wrong with it?
No, I totally agree.
It's
There's
a
a time
big
and a place for
purchase.
it. I totally agree with that. Oh, it's so fascinating to me. And I feel like I've seen it because like you've had so many successful videos and we've talked about comments and things. I think I've just never been on this side of it where like, oh, they're coming at me this time. I've never really been, as far as I remember, I don't think I've ever really had it like to this extent. So it's so interesting. I have one more comment and then I will stop ranting about it. But I think it's so interesting. This is like, what is, I guess it's Gen Z, or what's the generation below Gen Z?
Is it X?
Gen X? I thought
No, no,
Gen
no.
X was
Maybe
old.
Gen Y,
Gen
maybe?
Alpha?
Yeah,
Is
something
that a
like
thing?
that. Yeah.
Anyway, whatever the new like 12 to 16-year-olds are, the amount of people that commented and they were like, stop copying Haley and be your own person. I don't know why. You're 12 years old and being like, stop copying me. Like, have your own
That's
style, do your own
so
thing. And I don't know why I thought that was such a funny, like, I mean, I assume that they're like 12 years old, but I'm like, this girl made jeans for people to buy. We're not copying her. We're just buying her
right.
jeans.
Well, and it's like everything is derivative, like literally every single
Yeah.
thing, every movie
Haley
you
didn't
watch, every book you
invent,
read.
yeah, she didn't invent the
Yes.
90s baggy jean.
I
They've
told you the
been
little boys of our youth, they already had them.
around. See,
She just
I
she
still,
copied them.
no, totally. I kind of like, I like a baggy jean. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the vibe. I might go back and get some. Oh, I thought
I
about
feel
making
like
a
some are
funny,
good. Depends on like the fit.
yeah, and I need to style it. But I thought about making a funny video, walking into the store and being like replying to one of the comments that's like, "You look ugly in these," and then buying them and being like, "Mwah,
Yeah.
floss," or whatever that audio.
Yeah, so that would be funny. And yeah,
And then
it's
I'll be done with my little journey. Um, but I did want to try to leverage it and be like, oh, is this a fun
mhm.
series I could do? I don't need to have a million views on a video ever again. I don't think. I don't want
Well,
to.
I mean, there's a time and a place. But
Yeah. I noticed it was really nice around the 50K to 100K views. I had
uh-huh.
mostly like all nice comments, maybe one funny mean one where I was like, oh, that's so funny. I got a troll comment, like he,
Yeah.
and then it became, oh, like 50% are troll comments. Oh, like 70% are troll comments.
So
Um,
yeah.
but I think it would be fun to do a series. Like I've always wanted to do mid-sized fashion kind of stuff. So maybe I'll make it into something. Like even just going into stores and doing little try-ons. I don't know. I'll have to strategize with you because you're my
Yeah.
social media guru friend.
Well, absolutely. I mean, do you think it would be a goal of yours to do social media full time?
Totally. I would love to. I mean, I
See,
think
I used to think I would. I
oh,
think it's a tough way to go.
mm-hmm.
Not like in terms of like making the money that way is easy, sure. But I think like for one, you're really setting yourself up to where other jobs will not be easy in the same way. Like you can't just go back to the workforce in the same way that you could. And I think
Yeah,
that a lot of the time people like watching people that they feel they can relate to. I don't even think they realize
totally.
that, but like they, they like to see people that have similar problems to them. And like if you can't relate to if your whole to-do list is going to get a nice coffee and to Pilates, a busy week, you know? And you and I've had
Totally.
many Thursday Nobu, Fridays, spray tan, whatever.
We have. We totally.
Um,
Well, I
but yeah,
totally get you. And I feel like it's hard for the girls who position themselves as like, come to my corporate 9 to 5 with me or stay in my life
right.
after my 9 to 5. And then it's like, oh, I don't have that anymore. So let's
Yeah,
start the day at
thankfully I don't
11.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then people are like, you're not the same. You're not what we followed you for. But I think, I mean, I've never been a corporate kind of girl. Like, I don't think I
Sure.
ever see myself going to a corporate job. Like, I'll always probably do something for myself. So I think I want social media to be a part of it for sure. But I think that's why I've loved UGC
Yeah.
because I can be a part of it without having the negative part of like comments and
Right.
having to build a community and the pressure of numbers and analytics. Like I just get to make ads and like see if they do well or not and like work with tons of fun brands. It's kind of all the best parts. Maybe now we can chat about like the differences and like UGC and influencer things and like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I think what you are doing is so interesting and so cool. So like your job, like I said, you do stuff for the brands. I like my main job is like in media. And so I work for a media company and like I do it used to be a magazine. Magazines are a little bit dead and gone. We do put out two a year. But anyway, so I do like a lot of social media stuff for them and I did it at a bunch of different other places prior to here. But like more in like the journalism sphere. So it's like same but different. And it's like I don't know. I feel like it does like still give me, I think similar to what you were saying, like a little bit of like I can do this and then I can like walk away from it and not
Yeah.
have to like I don't look at work comments really, aside from like occasionally I'll look at like a general sentiment of something if I'm like or
Yeah.
if something like if I'm in the notifications for whatever reason and I just see something pop up and I'm like, "Oh, gotta handle that." But like
Yeah.
usually it's none of my business. And I do have a much easier time when it is separate like that, just being
I
like, eh.
know. There's some freedom to it when it's not being posted to your own account and you never have to look at it again. Like I feel like I get to be more creative. I can be a little funnier. I can be a little looser. Like I'm not thinking so much about it. And it's funny though, because a lot of those videos get way more views than my personal
Well, they
content.
also
Because
put paid reach.
yeah, exactly. Brands are putting money behind the ads. So like those are hitting hundreds of thousands of people all the time, but I never have to see it. And it's really nice. And like I don't even go look, especially if it's on the brands. Like it depends if they're running it as an ad, it's harder to find it unless you're like searching through the meta ads library, but that can be like it's a whole thing. But if they're posting it organically, I still don't even look. Like I don't want to see comments. And I also don't want to get down on
Yeah.
myself like, oh, I love that video and it didn't do well for the brand and blah blah blah. Like I don't know. I just don't like to look unless they send me analytics. Like I'm not checking up on it and it's kind of freeing.
Honestly. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think there's any like really use in it. But I think people would probably be really interested to know. So, like, taking you back, it was like a little over a year ago, you were let go from your job.
Yes. So
And
I
it
had
kind of ended up being like a best case.
totally. So I started doing UGC. I like found out about it on TikTok. I saw girls posting in like 2022, like I make video ads for brands and I don't have to post it to my socials. And I was like, oh, that would be so fun. I love content aesthetics and I've done photography and things in college. So I bought a course and then I didn't do anything with it. And then I think at the beginning of 2023, I was like, or maybe 2024. Yeah, I think it was 2024. I was like, I really want to have a side hustle and like make some extra income. And I've always done like photography on the side, web design on the side. Like I like doing creative things on the side, but I had like a full-time like sales-ish type job for a small business.
Like sales, customer service, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And so I did UGC on the side and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I hired a coach in 2025 and that scaled me to be like making the same amount as my full-time job. And then they let me go in June of 2025. So literally like 1 year ago. And I was so scared because I was living in LA and I had just turned 30 like that month. And I was like,
Yeah.
did
It
I
was like
really?
right before, wasn't it like
Yes.
immediately before your
Like I think
birthday?
she fired me on June 1st and my birthday was June 29th. And I was like, oh, perfect. I turned 30 in 30 days and I just got fired of my 5 year job. So I was like down. And then oh, what was it? I guess I just decided. I don't know. I feel like I just decided, like, okay, well, the only thing I really have is UGC right now. So I'm just going to go all in. And then I was able to kind of double what I was making and work probably half the time I was working.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like the great thing is like when you're making your own hours like that, like you can, go into like sicko mode every once in a while and like really knock some stuff out, like batch film some content. And then like, because whereas with like a 9 to 5, you're truly just like waiting around for stuff to happen sometimes, like, or like
Totally.
you just gotta like wait the day out, like check your emails as long as the day is going and all, you're
Yeah.
busy and stuff. But like when you can make your own schedule, it's like probably both a blessing and a curse because like,
Yeah.
I know like you have to probably like you don't have to be working at 9 a.m.,
Totally. That's probably the hardest thing for me. I don't have a ton of discipline. That's actually one of my things in my 31st year. Wait, am I in my 31st year?
I
Uh,
think we're technically in our 32nd year, but I think that's confusing to people. So I would say 31st.
I'm just gonna give it to myself 31st year. Um, one of my things I really want to learn is self-discipline and to just be a more disciplined person, to be a little more scheduled and like consistent because my emotions and I have a cycle that's very up and down. So every week it's a different me. You don't know what you're going to get. And
Oh,
I'm trying to not be so all over the place all the time. But that's probably definitely like one of the hardest things is just like being so self disciplined when it comes to working for myself. But I've also kind of leaned into just being like, I work when I'm so motivated and feeling
yes.
creative and feeling excited to film. And then on days where I'm not feeling that, I have it blocked off where I'm like doing admin and snuggled up in bed and have my shows on. And then other days I'm like out and about. I don't know. It's just, I like the switch up of it too. Like every day is a
Yeah.
bit different, which is fun.
Well, that was going to be like my advice to anybody who would be like, I don't know, I guess trying to make content or whatever would be like, find the days that you are like, you do have the energy or like
Yes.
even plan for it. Be like, okay, Tuesday is going to be my content day. I'm going to do my hair and makeup and like get it all done and like knock out as much stuff as I can. Like plan on the
Yes.
other days and do that. It's like, I don't 100% do that, but like when you do have the energy and you're feeling super inspired, like, oh my God, take advantage because that does not come around all the time.
I agree. I don't know if this is like an ADHD thing, but I do feel like it just depends. But if I'm feeling inspired, I've got to like lean in and do as much as I can. And there are some days where I will do like 50 tasks, and then there are days where I get like 2 tasks done. So I'm kind
Right.
of also trying to like give myself grace and be like, this is my personality. And like I've got to just kind of know that about myself. But also I'm trying to be a little bit more self-disciplined.
One thing I realized that's been helping me kind of, um, because like I'll be laying in the bed and if I don't have like a Pilates class or something to get to, I'll be like screwing around. I'll be like on my phone, laying, whatever, playing with the dog. But if I have to pee, then I get up and then I'm like, well, okay, I'll brush my teeth and wash my face now. And then you're already up. And then you're like, okay, well, now I'll
Oh,
make the bed.
so
And
you're doing
like,
like, is that habit stacking kind
I
of?
suppose, well, it's like, well, I'm already in the bathroom. Might as well brush my teeth. Like, might
I
as
love
well. And then
that.
I'm like,
You know how there are some things where like you don't even think about it, you just do it on demand. Like I make my bed every morning on demand and I do brush my teeth, go to the bathroom. Like I've got my little routine when I wake up. But then there are other things where I cannot do it on demand, like without think. Like I would love to just go to the gym and not have any thoughts about not going to the gym, you know?
right. I mean, that's why I think like classes are so great is because they like bully you into it with like, because
That's
like
true.
otherwise you're going to lose money. And you're like, well, I don't want to lose
That's
$45.
true. That's so depressing when that happens.
So I'm like, well, I guess I'm locked in. Like, fuck.
That's
But,
that is very true. Um, but yeah,
but
so
no, I
so
feel like your job is like interesting though, in the sense that like you find all these different brands that like you've worked with huge brands.
oh my God. I worked with Olay this week, which was so cool. I don't even know. Vaseline, Sun Chips. Those are
Oh, I
the ones
liked your
coming to
Sun Chips
mind.
video. That one's really cool.
Yeah, I liked my Sun Chips video. Starbucks. I worked with some, oh, Game of Thrones. I did recently an ad for like one of their
Oh,
video game, or they have like an app where you can play with dragons or something.
that's so funny.
It was really funny, but it is really fun. So if there's anyone out there who's like interested in content creation, but you do have this block of like posting stuff for yourself, whether it's a fear of being seen or the people you know seeing it, I think UGC is a really fun way to get into content creation and working with brands and not having that hump that you have to get over of like the fear of all of that. It kind of just allowed me to be like, oh, I'm like a secret content creator that nobody knows about unless they see my ads.
Well, and how did you create a portfolio? Like, what did you need to have ready in order to start
Yeah.
working with these brands?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, so I made a portfolio in Canva, which anyone can do, and they have a ton of really great templates in there now, especially because UGC is so much bigger than it was a few years ago. I think you can just search like UGC portfolio inside of Canva. And then I bought my domain inside of Canva too, like ugcwitholivia.com. I literally like purchased it inside of Canva. It already like links it all up so you don't have to have all the tech stuff going on. And I would do a little bit about you, some really good like product photography, and I would do like UGC photography. It doesn't have to be like professional or anything, but brands love to see like you using a product, like you drinking out of like the mixer bottle that they're selling or whatever. And then I would do like 5 to 8 example videos. That's how I started, and that's kind of what my coach told me when I started. So I just picked random products around my house and
Smart.
made example videos. And then you just have to get really good at like scripting and knowing how to make a good ad. And that just takes practice, like how to make a really good hook, how to script it, how to do a good call to action. And I edit everything in CapCut still. Like I never learned Premiere or anything. I'm still kind of like trying to learn. I bought it or I like pay
Did
for
you?
the
Good.
monthly. Yeah. but I am struggling. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm still on
It can be
Cabify.
tricky. It can be tricky.
It's a lot. But yeah, so that's where I would start if anyone wants to start with content creation and you're just like not wanting to post on your own socials. UGC is so fun and it's such great like side hustle money too. If you just want like a creative side hustle. And the one thing I'll say that I love about UGC is brands have so much money to spend on advertising. Whereas like when I was doing photography, it was hard to charge like a couple who
Yeah.
like a young couple who's about to get married and they have no money and they're asking for if I have any discounts. Like that's a very different tactic or like sales tactic than me talking to Vaseline's influencer relations rep being like, hey, we've got $2,000 a month to spend. Like, can you make 6 videos a month? You know what I mean? Like, that's a
Right.
very different over, and it doesn't feel as personal. Like, it's not her personal money. The woman who works at Vaseline and
She's
influencer
like, we've got,
relations, right?
millions to blow. Like,
Yeah, and
how are we
she
gonna
won't
divvy
be
it up?
offended if I ask for 3,000 and then we negotiate down to 2,000. Like
Yeah.
it's not as personal as if you're like, oh, this is your personal engagement shoot and I'm going to charge you X amount. They're like, well, we don't have that. Or like, we're really struggling right now. Can we make something work? Like, and I struggled with that in my sales job too, because I was selling direct to customer. And this is so much easier because I'm still kind of selling my services. So I do have to do lots of like negotiating and sales, but it's fun because it's not personal and it's not their personal money, like the person that I'm talking to.
Right. And then
So
it's like they expect it as well. And like if you don't reach a deal, like it's not the end of the world. Like there's so many other options
totally.
out there. So like, yeah. But
Yeah.
how did you start? Like, how do you find the brands that you're trying to like reach out to? Like, how did you know? Like, how do you just hit up Vaseline?
So Vaseline found me. I actually forget how. That was like my first deal, which was kind of crazy. Like,
Oh,
I remember getting that deal and being like, UGC is so easy. Like, I just got a $2,000 a month deal with Vaseline for 6 months. And then I like hardly get deals that big anymore, like contracts that big. But it's so funny because I was like, damn, UGC is great. Why isn't everyone doing this?
everybody should do this. This is perfect. Just wipe some Vaseline on your lips
Yeah,
and call it a day.
exactly. And my videos were so bad. Oh my God,
Oh.
my videos were so bad, which is
Well,
so
everybody's,
funny.
I think that's like a really important point is that everybody is bad in the beginning.
Yes,
Like everybody.
you
Even like
literally have
I
to get
cringe at
through it.
myself.
No, I know. And you have to get through the bad videos, like being bad on camera, bad editing, slow pace, like whatever it is. You literally have to get through it and just accept the fact that the first ones are going to be bad. So you might as well get them over with and it'll keep getting better. But I feel like perfection stopped me for a long time because I was like, oh, these aren't up to par. These aren't what other people are posting. So I can't do this. But like, you literally have to make shitty ones. And then eventually they'll get better and better and better. So I just had to accept, I'm like, yeah, these are my bad ones. These are the ones I'm going to
Right.
look back on and be like, you suck at this. But brands are still willing to pay, like if it was good enough for them and they still posted it and they still use the content, like even though I look back and I'm embarrassed by it, it still made me money and they still used it. So it worked out. But
Well, and then like
brands,
when you pitch, yeah, it's like do you pitch them or do they often come to you? How does it
I
go?
do everything. So I get inbounds and then I have a virtual assistant who pitches for me.
That's
And
so
then
nice.
it's really nice. I used to do my own pitching, but it was like so overwhelming. So I hired someone to do that. And then I post on Twitter. A lot of UGC opportunities are on Twitter. There are a lot of platforms, kind of like Upwork, where you can find UGC deals. Backstage is another one where there are a lot of like, they're kind of known more for like acting gigs, but now they have a whole UGC database on
Oh,
Backstage, like a whole section just for UGC gigs. So that's cool. Another platform called Vidsy. That's where I get all of my favorite ones. Like that's where I got Sun Chips. That's where I got Starbucks and Game of Thrones and
wow.
Olay, like a lot of really fun ones from them. Biolodge, like a few Suave. I just did like a few shampoo ones. Aveda. And then Coley is another platform that's really good. But there are so many. And then there are a lot of platforms too where like brands won't pay as high. So the ones that I mentioned are like pretty good paying, but like there are other platforms that are like, oh, we'll gift you a pair of nipple covers for a video.
No, this is you and I talk about this a lot because you always tell me like, okay, so every day, like when I open up my email, it's usually like a lot of people that are pitching from overseas, and it'll be like, those Amazon brands where it's like just
Yeah.
a string of letters that you would never even possibly know how to pronounce because it's
Yup.
like four E's, two X's, and a Y, and you're like, how do you say that?
Yes.
Um, but anyway, no, so like brands like that'll reach out every day and they're like, do you want to partner with us? you can make 17 videos for this one sports bra that retails for $4.99.
No, it's
And it's like,
insane.
why would I do it?
It's so
But a lot,
crazy.
even like bigger brands will do that too, and they'll put in like posting requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's so interesting because I do have brands that have paid me a good bit of money to do things. And like, I know that there's some value there, but I do some stuff I do for free just because I either like it or
Same.
like I'll, for example, the wallpaper that was in my bedroom,
Yes.
I loved it. It was like, I was obsessed with it. It was a Sarah Jessica Parker wallpaper. So pricey. I think like the whole wall, it's just one accent wall. And it was like maybe like $1,200. It was kind
Yeah.
of a lot.
Yeah.
So they just gifted that and I didn't ask for any payment or anything. I probably could have. And that's what I keep like learning from this, from hearing from
Right.
you, is like, yes, there are going to be a lot of brands that are like, here, we'll give you one Purell hand sanitizer. Purell's never done this to me. One Purell hand sanitizer in exchange for 4 videos that we can use in perpetuity. And it's like,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Um, but no, there's like so many, I think, ways that you can like actually like, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to
Make
take
money.
advantage of influencers, actually. A lot of these brands are, which is
Totally.
the opposite of what I think you would think.
No, I think that brands are trying to take advantage of influencers and also UGC creators, honestly. Like I know I've done deals for free too, especially if it's a product that I was like, oh my God, I was gonna buy that. Or like I already buy that. I love that thing.
Like
I would love to
for
work with you.
something big too, like if you like wanted furniture,
Yes,
it's
my
like,
whole
well, no,
bedroom
yeah.
behind me is all
But didn't you get
UGC
paid for
furniture.
that too?
Yeah, I did get paid. Well, it's like a retainer deal. So this I work with a lot of agencies. That's like a good tip. So get into like the marketing and the advertising agencies because they have a creator roster. And like there's an agency I work with that hires me for 6 to 8 videos every month and I'm kind of on payroll. Like they just automatically pay me the same amount every month, no matter if they hire me for 0 videos or like 8 videos, but
Wait,
it's
that's
usually
great.
yeah, yeah, it's really great. So this brand was one of those. So that like that this counted as one of my videos for the month for them. And I got all of my bedroom furniture, which was really nice.
So nice because that's
I feel
so
spoiled.
expensive.
Oh my
I
God. The
know.
total was like 10 grand, I think, for all the furniture that I got in
Which is,
here. It's
yeah, that's
insane.
amazing.
And I love the brand too. Like, yeah, they're so great. I feel very spoiled. But no, I agree. I think a lot of brands try to take advantage because they know that people want the products. But I think we also have to remember that these big brands, sometimes it's the biggest brands that have the most money that try to take advantage the most, which is also really crazy to me, don't you think? Because
Absolutely.
you know these brands have a lot of money. But then also
Like,
they you know creators are willing to say yes for free because they're so excited to work with them because they're a big brand. I think that's the hard part too.
right. Well, okay, one time, this is like an example of how much money these brands have. From work, sometimes they'll like offer PR mailers. And some, I don't even like often remember signing up for them. Like sometimes, like once they have your address, they'll just send stuff. But this one, I do think I signed up for. It was for that JFK Jr. Carolyn Bessette show, that like
Yeah,
love story.
yeah, yeah.
So it was like that show came out around Valentine's Day. And so one day I get like a call from my front desk that they're like, hey, a courier is coming up. And I was like, what? And they come in and drop off the most ginormous flower bouquet, like deluxe, deluxe, deluxe flower bouquet, like a Kardashian would get.
Oh my
Um,
God.
and then on top of it, it had this like box of chocolates that I looked it up, and I think it was $100. Um, and then it also had, that Swedish candy bonbon.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so good. But it was a whole bag, like a giant heavy bag. And like if you were to get a little bag there, that would probably be like $15.
Yeah.
Like a little, like a sandwich bag, if not less. And this was like a few pounds.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, I gave them no promises of coverage. I don't think I ever did anything about it. And I was like, I'm sorry to Brett because now, like, I would be actually upset if he spent all this money on like silly things like that. Like, I would rather get
Yeah.
like something that lasts versus
Yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
flower bouquet. But I was like, damn, they really outdid him on Valentine's Day. Like,
That is so funny. So they do spend a lot on like, I guess that would be part
marketing.
of their marketing budget. Yeah, yeah.
And I
So
did like post a
interesting.
story of the flowers because I was like, this is cool. Like, and I did watch the show
Um,
and I loved it.
yeah.
But like,
Do
man,
you
they really just be rolling it out.
do you get because as an influencer like you do get brands that send you things with no expectation so it's kind of like that's different than a brand reaching out being like hey can we give you this free product in exchange for a video then they're asking for free work but some brands reach out and just want to send you PR for
Yes.
no expectation but do you feel pressure as an influencer when a brand does something like that for you do you always post it or do you feel like you have to or do you sometimes not
No, so when I first started getting stuff, I felt that way. Like I actually had a whole spreadsheet that I kept at one point to like remind myself to post about certain
Wow.
things to like make sure I didn't like let anything fall through the cracks. But then as time has gone on, I like really value like the community and the group of girls that I've got. And like I don't want to promote like for example, I got some really nice skincare. I actually had no idea how nice it was. Like
Hmm.
like a $300 moisturizer type nice. It was like a three-part
Wow.
skincare thing. Like the whole thing all in was probably like 750 plus dollars. Like, and the bottles were plastic. I literally did not, I was like, this could have been 15 and I would have had no idea. Um,
Wow.
so I used it. The stuff was like good,
Yeah.
but I ended up not posting about it only because I was like, I would never spend my own money on this. And
Right.
I wouldn't want to encourage, like, I just think that there are too many other things that could do the job in a way that would be just as good, if not like better in some cases, for
Right.
so much less. Like, you could spend $20 on a La Roche-Posay like moisturizer. And
Hmm.
I would say that was like well worth your money
I
versus
love
like,
that. That's my
and so,
one that I
so like,
use
right. And it's the best. It's so
the
good. I love
best.
their stuff.
Yeah.
But like, so I don't want to advertise for something like that, even though the stuff was like good. Again, I would never buy it with my own money.
Right.
And it just like, it's not, if I saw some like insane results from it, that might be different.
Hmm.
But in
Yeah.
general, it's like, I mean, there's certain things that I will like post about. Like, I don't know, like if I get certain clothes, especially if I've like asked for them,
Hmm.
like if I put in specific like requests for things, or like sometimes I'll reach out and be like, hey, I have this event coming up. Like, would you like, I don't know, like for around my wedding, I was like, I'm going to my wedding. I would love to make some content ahead of time for like the different outfits I'm going to wear on my honeymoon and like the days around it in Italy. And they were like, hell yeah.
I
But of
love
course, like
that.
in that, I'm like making a promise of content. And I probably didn't even need to promise it like that. But I also knew
Right.
I would be taking pics of my cute clothes.
Totally. And I feel like that's so interesting too to think about like as an influencer, you do have to be more particular about what you share because you've curated this audience that like really trusts you with your recs. With UGC, I feel like a hired actor sometimes where it's like, read the script, make this ad. And it's not necessarily even me. Like I feel like I'm getting to put on this persona of like, an expert in some field or like someone who works for this app and I'm telling you all about it, but like it's not necessarily always me. But then sometimes it like genuinely is like if you're a fan of Suave, we want to hire creators who love Suave and have used it since high school and like can talk about it and whatever. So I feel like, yes, it's interesting, but I don't have to be as picky about what deals I take on. And I can take on like 30 deals a month.
Yeah,
And
and not be like, oh my God, I'm ruining my account. Because that's like, I
exactly.
really have to think of, I don't take paid ads hardly ever. It's
Mm,
very rare. Like, also, it's very much my side hustle. So, like, I
yeah.
don't like really try to make it like a huge money making machine or anything. I'm there for funsies.
Yeah.
But, but no, like for you, you realistically can take on all of that because nobody's gonna know.
Nobody knows. The only thing I'm noticing is when brands whitelist through my account, then my friends and like family see all the ads and they're being served it because it's like coming through like the back end of my Instagram kind of.
Like, it doesn't live on your feed,
It
right? Like,
doesn't live
it,
on my feed, but they're like I've noticed everyone I know sees them when they're whitelisted through my account, which kind of bothers me a bit because when I was first told about whitelisting, it was like it's going to be fed through your account and look, but the goal is like the brand wants it to look like it's coming from someone's account, and they've found that there's sometimes like a higher conversion versus it coming from like straight from the Vaseline Instagram. It looks like it's coming from Olivia Lagaly's Instagram, and Olivia Lagaly's talking about the new Vaseline lip balm or whatever. So I don't mind that, but I don't love how it's always fed to like the people that I know because and then they're always commenting and liking and stuff. And I feel bad about that because I'm like, oh no, I've got like 10 ads being whitelisted right now. And it looks like I'm personally like promoting all of this at once. I don't love that. I prefer when it's on the brand's pages, but I do charge extra, which is nice.
right, which is good, and you
Yeah.
should.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think like the moral of all of this is how useful it is to have like a side hustle or even multiple because I don't know, the economy is so scary right now. And I
Yeah.
feel like, I mean, I know it's bad in like all industries, but media is, she's rough. And like
I
you got
know.
laid off. Like, I mean, I have a lot of friends who have been laid off, and it's just like nice to know that you have some sort of a fallback and that you can
Totally.
be okay. I think that's really good. Like knowing you have all these skills that are useful. Like you can go do photography. Like if for some reason UGC totally went away, which it wouldn't,
Yeah.
like you could go be a photographer and make some really good money doing that and still love
Yeah,
it.
totally. Yeah. I have all those backup plans in my mind. I'm like, AI is going to take over, so I won't be able to do video ads anymore. So I'm going to have to do something else. But I agree. I feel like these are good skills to have. And for anyone looking to make extra money, I really feel like UGC is such a fun side hustle. And like you said, like jobs kind of suck right now, and it's good to have skills to fall back on. And I think freelance work is so great if you're in between jobs too.
Yes.
And this is something that you don't even need to spend any money. Like you can go make a free Canva website and use products around your house. You probably have a phone if you're listening to this.
Yep. I know. You could
So
literally just
you can
like
go
do
film yourself, and
a
that's all
fake
you
iPhone
need.
ad.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or a
exactly.
phone case.
Literally, you can, yeah, you have a phone to film yourself, go pick up products around your house that you already love and go make an ad. And then you have a portfolio and you can pitch yourself and you can apply to
Mhm.
gigs online. Like it's really fun. And you never know, maybe it'll become your full-time thing.
Maybe so. No, that is really exciting. And I think like you said, you don't have to be good at it right away.
No, not at all. I sucked, if that helps
And
anyone.
like for me, like I don't know, any money I make is like extra money. It's just like for fun. I don't know. Like that's nice
Yeah,
too, even if you have your like 9 to 5, but you're feeling a little bit like, okay, well, all that money like has to go to my 401k or it has like all
right,
these like very specific, like it has to go to bills. Whereas
right.
like, okay, I want to do like a nicer hotel room on this vacation. It's like, okay, I'll pull from like I can do an extra freelance gig and make that
Yeah,
work,
I
which I think is
love
like
that.
empowering to know that you can like
It
get some of
really
the things you want.
is. I think it's so empowering. And in a lot of ways, I've been able to make more money than I did with my full time job because I can take on like more job opportunities. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, I'm not limited to just this one job that's taking up my full time week. It's kind of like, oh, I've got extra time in the week. Let's take on another brand deal. Let's pitch to 50 more brands this week. So you can kind of make it as big or as small as you want. But
Well,
yeah,
and when you
it's
got
fun.
laid off, I feel like that was a catalyst for you in multiple ways, right? Like that it got you to jump into UGC full time, which I think you'd been struggling a bit at your job for a while. Like
Yes, I was
you were
ready.
being so successful elsewhere, but it was like hard to just make that jump.
Mm-hmm.
And you also like I feel like it was the cause of you moving here because you were like, okay, my money feels a little bit less secure right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to New York, which was, sad in its own way, but also now you and Mike
Oh,
get to live together and that's wonderful. But
so good.
like, if do you think like, what would you have said to yourself, like if you could go back now and be like talking to the girl who just got laid off?
Oh my God. Like it gets so much better. It gets so much better. Cause I remember feeling like it was the end of the world.
Yeah.
And you already know I hate working. Like I'm not a good worker.
Olivia
I'm
does not
not.
dream of work. She does
I
not dream
don't
of
dream of
labor.
work. But it's funny because I feel like the things I enjoy doing don't feel like work. Like when I get to film and pitch and edit and like negotiate deals, like that doesn't even feel like work to me. So I love doing it anyway. But the job that I had before felt like work. And when I had to think about getting another job, doing something that feels like work, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I was just so upset because I was already barely liking that one. I was like, I'm not going to like working. Like, this is not going to be good for me.
Yeah. No, that would be like, and yes, we can do like, I'm fully a believer in like, do with the work that you got to do to make your life keep going. Like, if you have to
Totally.
go back and like work at a grocery store or back in
Oh,
retail or
yeah.
something, like, get it done, do what you got to do. But also, like, if you have these other means and you actually like it and it doesn't feel like work so much, like, oh my God, jump, do that.
Totally. And I'm just someone who's always preferred, like, I've worked retail, I nannied, like, I did a lot of things because I just had really bad work anxiety. Like, I genuinely couldn't handle a corporate job. But I've kind of loved getting to do things like nannying and working retail and then I was doing like photography and web design on the side when I first lived in New York, like back in like 2017. And I nannied and worked retail and did all those things along with that. Yeah, I'm kind of a proponent for like, I don't know, like freelancing and then like making it up in other ways if you need to like have other income coming in. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big corporate person, I guess. I'm definitely more of an entrepreneur in that way. So I don't know if people out there can relate, but I do recommend if you feel like an entrepreneurial spirit, I feel like UGC is a fun gig.
Well, I hope that this was educational. It was for me. I feel like I mean, I've talked to you about this so many times, but I feel like I learned some things about how you got it done. I like
Yeah.
the portfolio thing to me was really like, because I really think that's such a barrier of entry to people, but to
Yeah.
put it that simply, like you can literally do that for free today. You could like,
Literally, you can start for free. Like there's nothing you have to do. You don't have to spend any money on it. Yeah, I highly recommend doing it. I feel like I remember looking back and I put off like a year doing my portfolio. And I just wish I had done it sooner because I was like,
Yeah.
why did I not start making money sooner? But I think I just thought it wasn't possible for me. And now knowing where I'm at, I think everyone should try to do it if you are into
Those l
content creation.
the limiting
I
beliefs.
know. I
Right.
know. I let them get to me.
Well, this has been fun. We will talk to you guys next week. Let us know if there's anything in particular you want us to chat about. I don't know if we have anything specific on the docket, but
No,
I'm sure it'll be something great.
I'm sure we're going to come up with something amazing.
Well, thanks, guys. It's been fun chatting.
Thanks for
I'll talk to you next week.
listening. Bye.